Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel where I drop in weekly or every other week to share some tips and tools and practical advice on how to heal deep grief, deep pain, because I truly believe that each and every one of us is meant to be here right now, and we're meant to take our experiences and learn something from them so that we can evolve and grow in our life. And this week, I wanted to talk a little bit about the kind of cycle of pain that we get ourselves into when we carry our grief and pain for prolonged periods. So, of course, there's no set time for grief to begin and end. There's no set time for our process of allowing pain to come up from our past. We don't know when it's going to come up sometimes. But when we find ourselves kind of feeling the same, not getting any further ahead with our pain and our grief, and we kind of wake up and we still feel in our bodies exhausted, tired, sad, worry, guilt, whatever those familiar feelings are for you, and we wake up and we feel those, and our mind still goes around those loops of, I just miss my old life so bad, or I miss how it used to be, or if only my mom or my dad, or if only I had a different childhood, if only I could get these things in life, then I could start healing. If only, if only. And that just keeps us stuck. So there's a fairly fine line between allowing a lot of self-compassion for our suffering, between that and beating ourselves up about not being where we think we should be. And then there comes a time when we actually have to call ourselves out. We have to sit and be really honest with ourselves. And you may not know how to break up the brain loops and the spirals of the mind because they become patterned over time. You may need help to kind of see those limited beliefs, those patterns, those pain loops that are keeping you stuck in your mind, your body, and your spirit. But your spirit's always there underneath, waiting for you to connect, waiting to guide you. It doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't judge you, it's not mean to you. It's that part of you that is going to give you beautiful guidance. But the calling ourselves out after we're kind of so sick and tired of ourselves, we're so sick of this pain cycle we get ourselves into, we have to be really honest with ourselves. We have to call ourselves out and ask, what is about healing that I'm so resistant? What is it about taking the responsibility for my own life, not relying on everyone out in the external world to help me through something, but me saying, you know what? I'm going to heal because I'm worth healing. And I'm going to take that stagnant energy, push through until I can burst through, get momentum going on a healing path. And yes, you might need mentorship and help along the way, but it has to come from within you. Your partner, your husband, your relatives, your family, your life situations, none of them are going to heal you. You have it in you. You have that inner guidance system in you. You just sometimes can't access it if you're in your head so much. And you know what else happens? We might start feeling really good every now and then. We'll be on a good roll. We start feeling good. And all of a sudden, we start worrying about something. We start criticizing people. Or we drop into these old familiar thought patterns because we don't believe. There's a part of us that doesn't believe that we can really reclaim our life and be happy again. And maybe being happy for a prolonged period of time just doesn't feel good for you. So you do something to sabotage it. So when we talk about self-sabotage, sometimes we'll think about it as in destructive behaviors, or, they had a good relationship and then they cheated on the person, or they started drinking too much, or there's lots of ways that we sabotage things because deep down we don't believe that we deserve it. But it doesn't have to be some big behavior. It can be you start worrying about things. You start criticizing. You break the flow of where you're going, and you get pulled back into some other cycle that keeps you stuck. So be very aware of that. And then sit down, maybe write it out, call yourself out on why you keep getting stuck in this spiral. Is it because it's so scary to not know the future, to not know what healing looks like? Or what if you try and it doesn't work out for you and it's worked out for other people? Would that make you a failure? Like, check your stories. Check what you're saying about healing. And then be really honest with yourself, because I can guarantee you 95 or 96% of those thoughts that you're thinking about healing that are keeping you where you are not true. Those are just lies. So that's why we have to check ourselves a lot. And in my healing journey, I had to call myself out many times. But when I really decided to really take the leap and 110% commit to my healing journey, I had to ask myself, why don't you want to take responsibility for your own healing? And that's what it was. I felt like I didn't want to do it. It just felt easier to just stay where I was. But it's not. It's like a life sentence of being stuck in a negative place. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Let me know how this resonates with you. How about you drop in all the ways that you self-sabotage? Maybe ways that aren't really at the surface yet. Ask the questions, see what comes up for you, and share it with me. Let me know. And I'll see you again in a week or two. And if you want to subscribe and share this out, I'd really appreciate it. Just hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one directly, I do a lot of soul retrievals and one-on-one work. Right now I have a program as well, my Soul Speak program, but that's closed right now. It's not opening again right now. But I do offer soul retrievals that are very powerful. And I think the last video, or maybe the one before, I actually shared what a soul retrieval is and what it can do for you. Okay, have a great week. Bye.